In 2023, FunSpot America Atlanta opened Arieforce One, one of the greatest coasters on Earth. In today's video, I'm going to analyze the layout and how it stacks up to other coasters I've ridden. Before I get into the ride elements and how good they are, I just want to bring up how surreal this is at a family entertainment center like FunSpot. Before Arieforce One opened, they only had two coasters. One of them's a kiddie coaster, and the other looks like it was built in some dude's garage. But anyways, let's get to the actual layout. It starts with a little pre-lift section, which doesn't provide much airtime, but it's still pretty decent. I personally prefer the one on Twisted Cyclone just up north at Six Flags Over Georgia because it's more twisted, but this one's still pretty good. The next main element's the drop. While it's not the best drop on an RMC coaster, that in my opinion's Iron Rattler for now, it's still a pretty good drop because it gives good airtime. The next main element's the Raven Trust Dive. I really like this element because it gives some airtime while going through a dive loop. That banking to the right really does a good job at throwing you out of your seat while you go through the element. Immediately after this, it goes through an unbanked speed hill that turns slightly to the left. It gives some really good airtime as well as the little laterals. After this, it goes into the world's longest zero-G stall, which provides some really good hang time. So far, the ride's been good, but nothing exceptional. The next element's what starts to turn this ride into a very elite ride, and that's the outward banked airtime hill. This thing does an excellent job tossing you out of your seat. It's at a pretty extreme angle with some sustained, powerful airtime. But right after this, it throws you into a double up with a drop right after that double up. While the first up provides some quality airtime, the second up is what really gives you good airtime in the drop down. The airtime on that second up is super powerful and super sustained, so your butt leaves your seat and doesn't come down till you're done with the element. This is one of my favorite airtime elements, if not my favorite airtime element. But right after this, it throws you into a zero-G roll. This is a nice and whippy element that I'm a fan of. It follows up the zero-G roll with an outward banked hill, then a drawn out turn. The little outward banked hill tosses you to the side a little, which is pretty fun, and the long banked turn provides some good positive Gs. This turn then smoothly transitions into a zero-G roll, which feels very natural. You then go into the quad down, which is one of the craziest elements on any roller coaster. This thing throws you up and down like a rag doll. It's pretty fun, but it's almost too much. I probably would have liked it more if it was a triple down and more drawn out instead of a quad down, but I still like it. Or one thing they also could have done is made it more twisted instead of straight, like lightning rod's quad down. You then pop up into the very harsh brakes, and then your ride's over. But now, let's get to the main pros and the one major con, which is that the brakes are really harsh. But the harsh brakes are the result of the first major pro of this ride, which is how good its pacing is. This thing flies through its course so fast it's insane, as shown by the POV on screen. This pacing leads to insane intensity, which is also aided by our second pro, which is that there's no major dead spots in the ride. Pretty much every element, except the pre-lift, has at least some force that makes it at least enjoyable. This can make Arieforce One pretty tough to marathon, but that's a good thing because the ride's doing what it's meant to do. I got 16 rides in one day and then I tapped out. And one thing that enabled me to get 16 rides is my next pro, which is the lack of any lines. There was never more than a 2-train wait the day I was there, at least that I saw, which isn't a long wait even with 1-train operations, since they weren't running 2 trains when I was there. This is also aided by the fact that some people won't go all the way to the back of the park to ride this thing, even though it's visible all over the park. And now, my final pro is how complete the ride is. It has lots of airtime, several inversions, and lots of whippy elements, as well as some positive Gs. This ride has pretty much every force, including lots of airtime. As for where it ranks up in my personal rankings, it's number one, ahead of both Blue Moon Speed and Lightning Rod. It probably won't be dethroned until I ride something like Steel Vengeance or Ijanika. But what do you think of Arieforce One? Did you like it? Feel free to share your opinion down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, and or subscribe. It would help my channel out greatly. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.